In this next compilation of videos, I am showing you Black Girl Tragic from TikTok. I'm showing you her video where she is talking about the agenda that is being thrust upon Black women. I am introducing a term, sexism laundering, that I am dovetailing from racism laundering from a content creator. And I am showing you the content creator who was speaking on racism laundering. Please watch this video so that you guys can piece all of this together. There is a concerted effort to make us hear these talking points, and certain powers that be want us to feel these messages intuitively, but they are getting wiser about the delivery of the talking points. But you guys need to see this for what it is. So watch this next compilation of videos and let me know what you think.
That as Black men age, their desirability increases.
So I was taking a break, right? But then I saw this video and I got out of bed, bonnet and all. We gotta talk. Black women, are y'all seeing it like I'm seeing it? Are you seeing this calculated attack on Black women to get us to settle? First it was Tyler Perry, and now it's this Black woman telling us that Black men's desirability increases. Meanwhile, Black women's desirability decreases as they become more educated. I know y'all see it. I know you do. I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Black women, we are becoming too powerful. Because now even the media has resorted to empty threats in order to get Black women to settle. I've never seen anything like this before outside of Red Pill podcasts. This is insane. Sometimes I wish I had a bigger platform because I need Black women to understand what's happening here. There's this weird correlation between Black women becoming more successful financially and academically and people coming out to attack us. And not just attack us physically, but attack us emotionally, spiritually. That ain't nothing but the damn devil. What I need y'all to understand is the natural order of things is starting to change. And the people in America are notoriously bad at change. How do you stop change? If you can make Black women believe that them becoming more successful financially and socially will eventually lead to them being less desirable to the men in their community, you can halt their progress. This has been going on for years, but recently it's gotten worse. Stage 1, convince a Black woman that she needs a man. Stage 2, convince that Black woman that if she goes to college and gets an education and gets that career of her dreams and starts making more money, she's going to be less desirable to the men whom she wants to attract. The men's society have convinced her that she needs. This is not some random series of attacks on Black women. This is calculated. Black women, don't fall for it. I had to do a quick wardrobe change. This is what I want to know. Where did this idea come from that Black men get more desirable as they get older? Have these people talked to any woman anywhere? Listen, as a neurodivergent individual, I've always really gotten along with older women. Who is making up these lies? They get erectile dysfunction, their stamina goes down, they get mean and stubborn, and they're lonely because they've burnt all their fucking bridges with their children and their families and their friends. What is everybody's measure of desirability? Because in my opinion, a woman becomes more desirable when she's successful financially, academically, etc. Because women like that can hold a conversation. Have you ever tried talking to an uneducated man? Have you ever tried talking to an older man who's uneducated? You get me. Imagine having to intimidate Black women into choosing the men in their community to settle with. Girl, bye.
This content creator right here named Dara Starr Tucker put out this video where she was describing what racism laundering is. She was saying that racism laundering is where white supremacists give talking points to Black people or brown people to give their talking points, but to give it to a mouthpiece that might be a Black person or a brown person and make it more palatable. She called it catfishing or blackfishing, to hear these words coming from a Black person's mouth. So it's to make the message come out, but maybe other people could receive the message because, Black people being racist to each other, who would have thunk it? So in her video, she describes this. Now, I am going to wrap this into what Eboni K Williams was doing a few days back in that commentary where she's talking about women need to be looking for their MRS degree while we're in college. And she starts to give red pill talking points, manosphere talking points. And it made my spidey senses go off immediately. Like, this woman is now talking about the market value of women. That is literally what red pillers do. That's exactly what evangelicals do. She's doing this as a woman. These misogynistic talking points are coming from the mouth of a woman, and it is to, like, I don't know what it's for. I didn't know what it was for until I saw this video from Dara Starr Tucker talking about racism laundering, because that is essentially what Eboni K Williams did when she's talking about our marketplace value and talking about older men get more desirable as they age. Like, who is this woman talking to? What woman is saying, I desire an older man, especially the ones that are getting older these days? Now, in the commentary, in my comment section, several people were saying that she was being forced to say this. Her handlers got to her, that people got to her, and they're making Eboni K Williams say these talking points about women and getting and losing our market value. Now, if she is being paid, she is selling out for, she's selling out for money. That is her business, it's her money. I get it. That is one bad option. The other bad option is this is what she believes. And if this is what she now believes, women need to take that and put her in the category of the red pillars, the manosphere people, the evangelicals who push this type of this ideology. Regardless, y'all, we have got to be aware of these people and their talking points and who they use to deliver messages. Because I don't care who is saying these things, when it is white supremacist talking points, whether it's manospheric, misogynistic talking points, if the person speaking it reflects me, but it's still the same talking points, I don't care what the package looks like. The message is still the same and still harmful. But I just wanted you guys to be aware of this. Now, if you are on TikTok, I'm going to put this woman's I'm going to put her information in the comment section so you can go to her page. If you are watching me on YouTube, I will connect the video where she describes racism laundering. It will come directly following this. Regardless, I want you guys to jump into the comment section as this woman, Dara Starr Tucker, starts to talk. Who comes to mind as a racism laundering person, or even a sexism laundering person? Because as she was speaking, I was like that pearly girl, thinking about her as being one of these laundering type of people that are funneling out talking points that I really just can't believe that she believes in. But you guys go ahead and jump in the comment section and let me know what you think.
There's a term you may not have heard of that describes something that I've suspected has been going on for a while now. It's called racism laundering. It describes a practice that happens quite often, both in online spaces and IRL. The idea is you get a black or brown person to peddle your white supremacist talking points as their own and thus use their race as a cleansing agent of sorts to help you avoid any accusations of racism. It's essentially blackfishing with consent. This can happen in a couple of ways. It can be self-directed. A black or brown person who sincerely subscribes to conservative ideals can be targeted by right-wing media outlets or political organizations to become a mouthpiece for their white supremacist views. These ultra-right-wing outlets will incentivize a person of color to spew racist ideals in service of their agenda. Or it can happen in a more surreptitious way. A scandal at a popular UK paper, the Daily Mail, has exposed an even more sinister form of this practice. Conservative writer Dominique Samuels recently outed the paper for offering to pay her for a, quote, ghost-written, negative, verging on racist piece, which she turned down because it apparently went a bit too far this time. When a commenter asked her about whether another piece that she had supposedly written that attempted to downplay racism against Meghan Markle was also ghost-written, she simply responded, "Yeah, it was." Commenters who are familiar with the Daily Mail's content immediately started to question how far-reaching the practice was, considering that the Daily Mail regularly publishes content by several black conservative writers. This racism laundering seems to play into a larger phenomenon of influence peddling that seems to be much more common than it used to be. The practice of black and brown talking heads, commentators, politicians, and operatives essentially selling their minority status to the highest bidder. I'm sure they see it as a winning strategy. You announce yourself as being amenable to discussing issues from a decidedly conservative, even borderline racist point of view, and you instantly become a hot commodity to the right. They're always in need of black and brown voices to communicate messaging that might come off as racist if it were known to be coming from a white person. And there's the added benefit of pulling more black and brown people into the fold by showing them someone who looks like them, who thumbs their nose in the face of the liberal left. They now get to be the mavericks, the elite, the chosen few who really get it. Racism laundering may not always happen as blatantly as it did with the Daily Mail, but the practice is alive and well. Once you're aware of it, you'll start to recognize the earmarks of it, and hopefully you'll begin to question some of the messaging coming from black and brown people that's meant to normalize white supremacy. Hey DC, I can't wait to see you on the 15th of October. Check the ticket link in the description of this video or in my bio for details.